Hey guys, here we are with our last bit of blocking for Willy Wonka. This is pages 99 and 100. This is for Charlie, Grandpa Joe, Wonka. First thing that we have is we have Charlie, Grandpa Joe, and Wonka entering from downstage right. So they're actually coming in from this way, walking towards center. Wonka's coming out first and stops at downstage center. Wonka says, "Well then, thank you both very much. I'm sure you can find your way out." And Wonka gestures towards the lobby. Grandpa Joe and Charlie go to exit out the lobby. Grandpa Joe says, "That's it." So now Grandpa Joe and Charlie are stage left. Wonka still at center. Grandpa Joe says, "That's it? What about Charlie's lifetime supply of chocolate?" Wonka says, "Oh, yes, a lifetime supply of chocolate. Each of the children will receive their chocolate. Other than that, this day has been a total waste of time and chocolate. Good day, Charlie Bucket, and goodbye." Wonka goes to exit stage right, takes a couple of steps, and then just kind of stands looking sad. Charlie slowly walks over to center stage and says, "Goodbye, Mr. Wonka." Goes to turn. Charlie turns, then Charlie turns back and says, "Mr. Wonka, I don't deserve a lifetime supply of chocolate. You see, I tasted the fizzy lifting drink and I broke the rules and I'm very sorry. Thank you for this wonderful day and tour. It was better than Christmas." Then Charlie starts to exit. Then Wonka, even though he's turned over looking away, this side of the audience over here can still see him. He goes, big smiley face, and then turns towards Charlie and says, "Bless you, Charlie. You did it. You did it." Runs over to center to meet Charlie. Grandpa Joe steps in and says, "Now see here, Wonka. It was my idea to try the..." Wonka says, "I created this contest with one purpose in mind, to find the perfect person to make new candy dreams come true." Charlie says, "I don't understand." Wonka puts his arm around Charlie, his left arm over Charlie, and says, "This was a test of character, Charlie. I carefully selected rooms that would tempt each of our golden ticket winners. You, Charlie, did something quite remarkable. You gave in to temptation, but you were smart enough not to get caught, and yet you admitted your guilt." Charlie says, "But the other kids, they'll be fine, and they'll each receive the booby prize, a lifetime supply of chocolate." Grandpa Joe says, "That's the booby prize. Well, what's the real prize?" Wonka says, "Charlie, do you love my factory?" Charlie says, "It's the most wonderful place in the world." Wonka says, "Well, I'm pleased to hear you say that, Charlie, because from this moment on," he gestures out to the audience and says, "it's yours." Charlie says, "What do you mean?" Wonka says, "I'm giving you my factory, Charlie. I need an heir, and that person is you." Charlie says, "You want me to run this entire factory? What about my mom, my dad, and Grandpa Joe?" And Wonka interrupts him and says, "The entire family can live here." Charlie looks to Grandpa Joe, looks back at Wonka, and says, "I'd love to. I'd positively love to." Then we begin the finale dance. So, guys, this blocking for page 99 and 100 is not particularly difficult, but it is kind of an emotional apex of the show. So it's not about the movement that you do on stage. It's not about the blocking that you have, but it's about showing genuine reactions. Charlie is so surprised that he's going to take over this factory. He has absolutely no idea that Wonka's going to do this. So what that means is, when you're hearing these lines, even if it's the second or the third show that we're doing, you have to pretend like it's the very first time that you've ever heard Wonka say those words. "This factory is yours." Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if the person who owns Disney World, I don't know who that person is anymore, if that person who owns Disney World came to you and said, "You know what? Disney World is yours." Like, can you imagine what that would be like? You could have the best birthday parties in the world. And that's exactly how Charlie is feeling towards the end. So we got to make sure that we get that characterization in there, that lively feeling, that super, super excitement, so that we can make sure that the show ends on an all-time high. Now, you'll find this blocking down below in the description box on pages 99 and 100 on those PDFs. So be sure to check those out so that you'll know exactly where to stand and you'll have all that blocking written down. All right, awesome job again today, and happy rehearsing.